Good morning, you listen to FloorDaily.net, and I'm Kemp Harr. This morning my guest is Petrie, the recently promoted Vice President of Residential Sales for Lexmark. Chris, how you doing?
Good morning, Kemp. I'm doing fine.
I wanted to help introduce you to the business, and let's talk first a little bit about your background and then your focus at Lexmark. Interesting background. You spent some time in the Navy in the nuclear power program, right?
Yeah, that's correct, Kemp. I started out in the Naval Nuclear Power Program for 6 years. After that, I went into commercial nuclear industry and held several positions. Ended up as a project engineer for Westinghouse. That industry started to downsize in the 90s, so I chose to start looking for something else. And a friend of mine at the time was a salesperson for Mohawk and recommended I give it a try. So I interviewed and became an Aladdin Territory Manager in 1997.
Okay, so you've worked for Mohawk, you've worked for U.S. Floors on the launch of Cortec, and then just 2.5 years ago you joined Lexmark, and now you've been promoted and you're over their residential business. That's a pretty nice climb in the business.
Well, thank you, Kemp, and it has been, and I've enjoyed every minute since I've come to Lexmark.
I also see here on your resume that you rebuild old cars and you like to go boating with your 2 daughters and your wife, right?
Yeah, the only thing I'm missing really is enough time to do everything I want to do. I have a couple of projects on some cars I'm working on, and we do enjoy getting out on the water as much as possible.
But you're up in Maryland, so the boating season up there is a little shorter than it is down south, right?
It is. It's getting ready to start here pretty soon, though, so I'm looking forward to it.
All right, great. All right, well, let's talk about Lexmark's focus in residential. One of the refreshing things I like to point out is that you're one of those companies that focuses in soft surface flooring. I mean, there's no hard surface flooring. Another thing, too, Lexmark, many people know, major, probably market share-wise, number 3 in the hospitality sector. And so this residential business is, I guess, if you look at the Ansoff model and the whole market strategic world, you're able to use the same type of equipment and enter a new sector in the business, right?
Yeah, that's correct, Kemp. I mean, we get, all of our products are 10th gauge products using the same type of machinery that our hospitality division uses, and we've gained a lot of insight into manufacturing, and we can make a great product. As you know, hospitality products have to perform a little higher than most residential products, and that's what we get from our hospitality side. We decided to stay, I believe in staying on the path that you're best at, and the best thing we do is make high-quality pattern carpet. So that's why we've decided to continue with that, continue to grow that sector of business.
All right. Well, let me just, another thing I want to point out is that many people have heard the name Ed Williams. Ed Williams was the head of marketing at Mohawk. He left there and retired for a little while, and then, saw an opportunity at Lexmark. He's the guy that started this focus in residential, and you guys have invested in some, I guess, specific types of equipment in LCLs and, as you said, pattern that gives you kind of a distinctive look in the business, haven't you?
That's right. We have invested in pretty much state-of-the-art machinery that gives us the ability to give woven-look carpet on a tufting machine. The MLCL machines allow us to do that, and that puts together a very nice assortment of patterns that we can offer. And
you're also backwards integrated. I mean, you make most of the yarns that you use, right?
We absolutely do, yes. We extrude our own yarn.
And your focus, as you go downstream, you sell direct to retailers, right?
That's correct. I mean, our best path forward is to service the retail community, and, we look for that retailer who understands the products, who sees an opportunity in his market to offer something a little different.
So how was Lexmark's performance in this sector in 2017?
2017 was a great year for us, Kemp. We introduced new display and a number of new styles that continue to gain traction in the market. We're still seeing growth on those products we introduced. We also added 2 new tufting machines last year to keep up with the demand on our super soft yarn products. We have 4 super soft yarn products that are just exploding, and we had to add 2 machines just to keep up with demand.
And what are you going to do in 2018 to continue that growth?
Well, we're off to a great start in 2018. The products still continue to gain market share. We are currently developing our new introductions, which will probably come out in 2019. We're seeing such good growth on what we introduced. We had such a big introduction in 2017. By the time the products actually got in the market, we started to see some traction under them. We decided that we didn't want to dilute that with coming straight on its heels with more stuff. So we decided to stick with what we had till next year. In the meantime, we are developing some new stuff that I think our customers are going to enjoy for 2019.
Okay, great. Well, it's good to catch up with you and introduce you to the market. Again, been talking to Chris Petrie, the Vice President of Residential Sales for Lexmark, and you've been listening to Kemp Harr and FloorDaily.net.